Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is KarQ. Welcome to the KarQives, the KarQ Archives YouTube channel where I do VOD reviews, gameplay, variety content, patch notes reviews, all that good stuff. All live on my stream at twitch.tv/KarQ. Remember to get your gameplay reviewed, or if you want to get your gameplay reviewed, sorry, watch the stream, follow, hang out, build loyalty points. They're called StonQs. StonQs. 48,000 will allow you to purchase one in the shop. Loyalty points shop on Twitch. All right, here we go. Enderfire submitting some Ana gameplay on Blizzard World. Your entire team is just standing awkwardly here off the gate. I also don't know the rank of this player, so right now as I'm doing it live, I'm going to assume this is gold based on how your team played and where they're starting. It's such an awkward spot and how Ryan was just standing there. Is this on console? Did you say this on the Nintendo Switch? Is that what you just said? This is on this Nintendo Switch. Nintendo Switch Overwatch. Let's get it. Okay, before I actually proceed, are you playing docked? Or is this like handheld? Because there's a big difference playing on a pro controller docked versus playing on a handheld. If it's Switch, this is at least Master. So you're on docked with pro. Do you have gyro settings on or no? This is Nintendo. You have gyro on. Okay. Wow, this makes this interesting as well. I could tell the aim style looked a bit weird. That's why. Or unique. Anyways, I guess we're getting some comp on the Switch. Right? Trying to hit the echo. That's all right. Yeah, motion controls are on. Yeah, because I could... There's like random micro movements right now. Look. Like right there. Do you see how it kind of just stuttered forward? Nice. Sweet. So at this range, so this is where playing, yeah, safely behind cover and staying scoped would benefit you a lot. Like, as an Ana, you kind of have to play where your tanks are. Since your tanks decided to start here, you kind of had no choice but to play around here. So that's not really up to you positionally. Like, if you started here, it's infinitely more dangerous without any shields because you don't know what they're running. They could run some snipers and then all of a sudden they'd force you off of high ground here. So I think it's fine that you started here because that's where your team was. At this point, you try to shoot some unscoped shots. The only advice so far would be, other than to hit or land more shots, probably just stay scoped here. Once you're behind cover, just make it a lot easier for yourself. Try to get that nade. Missed it around the corner. Oh, you kind of got the quick scoping down. Make sure this Roadhog's juiced, but unfortunately he is not. Okay, so you lost 2 of your tanks. You won't be able to stay here for much longer anymore. You don't need to nade the turret. This Torbjorn is standing still right now. He's a free kill. He is a free kill. I think he lost Wi-Fi connection on the Switch right now, if you ask me. Okay, so you're peeking. So remember, you lost both your tanks, which means nobody's really soaking up any damage for you. If you ever peek in open line of sight, they're going to be like dumping a lot of damage on you. So right here, what I would see is I noticed their Torb is AFK. You know, Wi-Fi disconnected on the Switch. We all know. Nintendo Switch connection isn't the best. So here is what I would just sit here and instead of I would just shoot this Torbjorn, number 1. After that, top off the people. So you have the orb. But I wouldn't wide swing. The minute you do this, you enter dangerous territory. Because again, you have no tanks to soak up damage. From their perspective, who do they see? They only see you. All right, everybody else is hidden. Other than maybe, you know, your Genji who's going to peek for a bit. But you. Yeah, you see all that stuff coming in your direction? And then you re-peeked after eating the fire strike. And then boom, you died. So, as a support, your tanks are kind of like your lifeline in a lot of ways. How and where your tanks play, it really determines how you should approach support or Anas especially. So
much obliged.
Okay, a little sky nade. I'm down for that.
You're covered.
Nice. Scoping in right away. Okay, you have a blade almost coming out for your Genji. So right now, so one of your off tanks died. Wow, your Ryan just charged randomly. You know, you can't control that. So what I would do here, because you know you have some tanks dead, one of your tanks dead, you know they're going to be pushing in. Instead of walking to the point where that Reinhardt was, you kind of just walked forward and blindly cross. Like in most cases, you never know who's going to pop out on this side. Obviously, we can see through the walls and we know no one's here, but in ranked, eventually you'll see a lot of DPSs, Ashe, Hanzo, McCree, whatever they run. They like to come around here and get these side angles. So as an Ana, you either commit to right here, behind this cover, so that you can heal your Reinhardt. Here, coming on the high ground here is an option. Not my favorite, but it definitely works. Or like, the other option is to actually play clumped up in here, in this little U, or C, whatever you want to call it. Is that the letter C? A C? Or a U? Anyways, that guy should not have charged. He's dead. So now at this point, you have no reason to really be peeking onto point. You can nanoblade this. See? So you see, like, because you kind of put yourself on the point, you just put yourself in range of shatter, of bomb, of everything, right? And as a sniper, you have strength. Like, your strength is, you know, from medium distance, right? Mid-range. So like right here would have been perfect. You would have been able to hide from the bomb. You wouldn't have been in shadow range. It would have been a lot better for you if you just played up here or here. That's why the third option here in the C or the U is dependent on if all your tanks are alive. But since they died, I wouldn't be going there.
I wasn't cut out for retirement anyways.
I forgot about the epic pen thing. Also, can you refrain from that language? GXola, thank you. One warning. Nice shots though on the Discord target. That was good. This guy they did hit. That was good. You have a whole hog here going. I would consider nanoing this, but it's fine that you didn't. I think it's one of those, it's okay if you did, okay if you didn't. Obviously, we could see through the walls again, and you could see how it got no value. But if I was blindly here in-game and I saw my Roadhog, whole hog, nanoing it is pretty powerful. It could actually secure some kills. Okay, I think your Genji's... So here's where you can nano to keep him alive here. Okay, Ryan's going in. Okay, so you missed the nano blade last fight. I think you use it here. Keep your Ryan alive. Don't tunnel onto your Roadhog. Your Ryan's gonna die. Your Ryan's gonna die. Just nano, 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 nano. Okay. A lot of times, like as an Ana player, you think you always need to combo it, but one of the changes for Ana is obviously the nano now heals people 300 HP instantly, or 250 now, or whatever, and it makes them take half damage. It's basically a defensive ultimate, in a way, right? So right there. Ryan's like charged in, you can bail him out. He's drawing attention of 3 people. This is where you can, good sleep, you nano him, turn it around, and then he comes out, you know, swinging, full HP. You're on the flank here, but that turret's gonna fish you out. You can't tank it for too long, you're gonna die. Oh, now you're just in a very awkward spot here. But nobody's really checking for you, luckily. You really do have no idea. Okay, so let's unpack this for a bit. So number 1, should have nanoed here. Number 2, coming up here works nice if your Ryan was alive, because if your entire team is alive and holding, then yes, you get an amazing angle here to get a really cheeky flank nade, especially if they're not expecting it. This is a playmaking move, but this playmaking only works when the right variables are in. And the variable you needed was Reinhardt, your main tank, alive, and your tank's holding this angle, drawing the attention of all 4 or 5 of them, so that you can get a nade and your team can capitalize. But because you didn't nano your Ryan to begin with, he's dead. You're already at a disadvantage numbers wise. Like, I would say it's very low chance that your team can follow up on a good nade here without like a Reinhardt or anybody to kind of anchor the point. So this is already tough to begin with. So this position works if the variables were right, but because the variables weren't there, this position suddenly becomes bad. Now, some people always go like, well, I see streamers and people doing this and that, and then when I do it in my game, it doesn't work, because like the conditions, there are different reasons to why people do it at certain times. And some people don't see that. It is a 5v5 here, so actually they killed the Zen, so it actually still might be doable. But obviously, you nano that Roadhog there as the next best alternative. But regardless, people are dead. On to the next fight. So I don't think you've nano boosted one target here. You also tend to over peak the turret. So a lot of times when you see damage threat oncoming, like a Torb turret or a Genji shooting at you, you can quick scope and look, but you just have to like duck out of cover and not peek. Okay, you should be healing as your way out. You just wasted like 5 seconds. Like right now.
I wasn't cut out for retirement anyway.
On your way out, shooting. You missed 3 shots. I just kind of like timed it in my head right there. You missed 3 shots of healing on your way out right there, which is very important here because everybody was critical. Not as important if like the team fight was over and like your team was not topped off, but people literally needed it that moment.
Lights out.
Okay, you're doing a very... You don't need to nano here because the fight is over. Okay, just back up. Okay, you're right. Your team is doing some really cheeky stuff. I think the best spot if you're gonna spawn camp is just to play up here. Not there. Eventually they're gonna respawn and get behind you like this, right? Yeah, you're dead. Because they all respawn in this room. So if you're gonna, even though they captured it and your team all seems to be like going super aggressive, I would have just came up here on the high ground.
My ultimate ability is ready.
I like your like instant flick and shooting though. Oh. Okay. Almost. Okay.
You're powered up. Get
Bit
in there.
early on the nano there, I would say. Your team isn't even here. Like Roadhog would have to like really pop off to make use of that fully, but whatever. Not a great nano in that specific time. Okay, you hear the Transcendence. You want to go for a flank nade. That's all you should be doing. You should just shoot. You could try for the kill. Try to do 1 shot into nade right now. Shot nade. You took 3 attempts before you threw the nade because like obviously no one's really turning for you, but you'll notice as you get better and climb up, people respond. Like they should respond at least. Like going here is very punishable as an Ana. So if you're going for a big ballsy play like this, especially the nade and anti, you should just do the nade and get out as fast as you can. Maybe secure that kill, but then they transformed anyways, so it's hard. So now you're on the full flank. You're unable to heal your team the entire time because you took too long doing this. If you're gonna flank nade, go for the play, then go back and support your team or secure a kill, one or the other. But now you're just in the back. What is?
Watching your back.
That's good though. Hey, don't run forward. Now Ron's gonna swing on you. Oh, look for the Zen. So you just looked very lost how this was going. So okay, very aggressive flank. What I'm just gonna, I would have probably went for the kill in the back or the nade and then got out. If you're gonna stay back here, I saw your Rhine, just don't run into them again. So like you're already in a great position. If you just stay here now, you slept their Rhine and you stay here, it'll literally force 1 or 2 people to look at you in this direction, which might give your teammates the opening they need. But because you ran through them again, everybody else just needs to look forward again and then they can see all of you. Compare it to chess where, you know, pinning the pieces or forking them with multiple angles of attack, not like a true off angle, but having them have to worry about 2 things instead of just 1 clump of area is very powerful in this game, if that makes any sense. But then you kind of just like tunneled back into the group of them. It just looked like you were very lost. Just settle on a good solid positioning, a foundational spot, and work off of that. can't just like run through them all like that, you know what I mean?
My thanks. My ultimate is ready.
Enemy turret destroyed.
Take your medicine.
Much obliged.
Also, yes, I'm bronze in chess. All right. Good shot here, though. Right now, the Torbjorn is caught. It's alone. All right, good. Your Ryan is also charging in on cooldown. Whoa. You're going for some serious flanks.
60 seconds remaining.
Now, I like the occasional, keyword, occasional flanks on Ana for some nades. But it gets to the point where you've done it like 4 or 5 times in a row. People learn to adjust, right? You've done it like 4 or 5 times now. They might be expecting it at this point, and your timing of it isn't great. Like, I'm okay with you trying this out here and there to go for a play, but right here, like, it's a little bit too much.
No matter how bad you think you are, always remember, you can likely stomp KarQ in a chess match.
Listen,
KarQ.
400. Listen, I'm not 400 elo. I'm 460 now. Just saying, in chess. Thank you. The solid thing this person could do is tank and not DPS. Honestly, at this point, you're playing like a tank player. Maybe tanking is your true calling. You're playing like a roadhog, going on these flanks, trying to get a pick.
But an extinguisher is not required.
لسه في ناس لازم احميهم.
Helden sterben nicht.
Okay.
هاخد بالي
You
منك.
might need to... Okay, that was a bit too high. At this point, I would look for a nano play, potentially. There's a bomb on its way. No? Okay. So I wouldn't cross in this section right here. As a backline and a support, the team fight's taking place here. I would probably, if I were you in this exact scenario, I would have moved maybe up here, give myself a little bit of cover, and I'm able to see the fight. If you go here, they can kill you, number one. Number two, you can only see 2 of your teammates. The other people in the back are going to get left out to dry. And number 3, if you're in range to get hit by just AoE stuff, right? Here would allow you to see all 5 of your teammates. It gives you a bit of cover, and it gives you an exit plan. If they push your team too hard, you can at least like round this corner and give you a bit, or you know, come up here, give you some more time to get back out of cover. If they start activating 3 or more important abilities right here, like what are you gonna do here? You're just stuck. You're probably gonna die. But anyways, you guys, you could have still done this, nanoed your hog. You will see your teams moving up and having an advantage. You can move it forward here, move back here. You'd be able to pocket the Zen right now.
10 seconds.
No, all that kind of stuff.
Engage the pain.
Honor. Personality duplication complete.
I think you're gonna die right there, or not. Nade yourself. Just nade yourself. Just nade yourself in the Rhine. Nade yourself in the Rhine right here. Oh, that nade hit. Oh. Sweet. Big tunnel vision. You stayed back here, kept the Zen alive, maybe killed that. You would have had enough. You know, you already got 3 or 4 picks. A little too far on the nade. Like, their echo is behind you guys and killing everybody. Like, I think your added damage here was necessary because your entire team has killed them all. This is tragic where one person literally stalls it. Not like this. Not like this. And they all come back, pop all their ultimates. Ay, 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 ay. That's hard. You guys won like 3 or 4 up in the front. Not to say it could have been fully preventable, but it definitely could have been a lot cleaner if you played in the back. And they captured it, even though you're up 3 or 4 kills. Oof. That sucks.
Score 0-3. Switching sides.
On my best behavior,
All right.
Captain.
Attackers
I
incoming
think you'll benefit the most right now is that initial positioning. standing your ground, the occasional flank, not every round. Stop crossing open fields. That might be it. What do you call that? No man's land? Anytime there's an open sight line, you better be sure they're not looking or things aren't happening. So like blindly running from here to here, like this, it's crossing no man's land. You use cover and you just only go cover to cover if you can help it as best as you can. So like this, where you just kind of just blindly running past out in the open and then going on this side. Like you could have done everything you did so far, healing this diva could have been accomplished by being right here on these stairs and being perfectly safe, staying scoped in, having better accuracy and doing all that right here versus the whole, oh, they're low. You have a tendency to want to get closer to the people that you heal. And that's not even an Anon exclusive thing and exclusive to you, but it tends to be a thing for a lot of Ana players or support players in general, is just running forward when someone's low. I guarantee you, if you guys are support players in the chat and you watch your gameplay and you're struggling underneath platinum, watch how you move. You'll see it. You just do it. It's natural. You have to unteach that self. Unteach yourself that. Depending on your hero. If you're Moira, you're okay. If you're Lucio, okay. But if you're Baptiste or you're Ana, you tend to just want to go forward into them. If you think about it, you'll notice the pattern is very, very evident right here. You don't have to stay far back, because that's not always the correct answer either. That's why Overwatch has a lot of moving parts. It is a very, very difficult game, honestly speaking. Fun, but, you know, very hard to get better for a lot of people, because some of the stuff doesn't come as natural. The only way to break a habit is that, you know, active thinking and until it becomes natural and instinctive. So you're doing it now where you're kind of staying behind cover. It's right here. Do you see it? You just did it right now. Again. You're doing fine right here. Popping off, getting tons of heals. And then you just run across to them. You're like, oh, I'm going to save you, Genji.
Take your medicine.
Animal Crossing. This is a lot of a whole lot of. Okay, so now you can cross here and look forward with your transcendence. Good. Oh, he lagged out for a second. The Wi-Fi. This is where you try to look to nano him. Okay, you didn't get it, but you got something. At least something's happening here. This Rob moving forward. Okay, okay. That was a very, you can tell there's a lot of pent-up frustration that Zenyatta's like, fine, okay. None of you guys are gonna walk forward. I'll do it. Okay. You guys have a ton of kills. That's good. Alright, so you're doing it again like this right now. And dead. Right? Patience is key. So in this scenario, most of the team, like, sure, I would, like, if I were to play like this, I would peek here, maybe shoot a bit, or the second option, which is just come here and play in the safe spot right here. And just keep shooting right here. Just be, no need to cross anywhere too dangerous. Shoot, shoot, sleep. I wouldn't be stepping into his ultimate. I'd see the bomb, and I'd take 2 steps forward. Boom, I'm safe. Boom, boom, boom. If I get shot at, oh, I got some cover. Boom, boom. Right.
I'll rest when the fighting is done.
Guys, I pretty much have an idea. There's a lot of advice packed into this VOD review. We'll watch the last fight of this game. Let's see what happens. I'll just nitpick this last one right here. Okay, okay. Chat, we're gonna have a gander and a guess at Enderfire's rank. Nice insta scope shot though. I like your mechanics are there. I can see it. It's coming along. Alright, alright. Okay, good flashbang. Nice. Okay, so you've taken some damage. I would probably go for this health pack right here. Or nade myself, one or the other. Probably nade. Okay, that health pack is a lot. Okay, I could have sworn that health pack was here. It's a bit deeper than I thought. Never mind. Maybe not the health pack. I would have just naded myself.
10 seconds remaining.
So at that level of HP, and you know overtime is coming, usually it's not Anna's job to... Wow. It's not Anna's job to touch, so like I would just sit here and wait. Like if you try to throw your body into here, you're probably gonna die. So this is where I'd wait for, I don't know, Kree or somebody else that you can pocket to make a last second touch and just like play behind cover or here. I think you'll benefit most. The takeaway point is you'll benefit most by just, you know, thinking about your sightlines more. That would probably help you out significantly because you're gonna die less as a result of being aware of where you're standing. And that will in turn help you pop off. And being aware of where you're standing will give you more time to like shoot with less pressure. And shooting with less pressure means your shots will be more accurate. And if you're more accurate, you'll have more output, more value. You're going to be dying less. And that might give you the first bump to climb. The first next 500 SR could literally just be solved and earned just by simply being more aware of where you're standing. All right. Anyways, this is Switch gameplay. Chat, we'll have a guess at what rank Enderfire is. I am gonna say this is gold on Switch. This is Nintendo Switch, as he said. I'm gonna say this is gold. Like, high plat. 22 high silver gold. 1,000. Probably diamond on Switch. All right, Ender, what's your rank? $18.70. Mid silver. There it is. Mid silver on the Nintendo Switch. Let's get it.